This is Kanzenshuu, the podcast, episode 321 for the week of January 20th, 2013. Yo, hey, welcome to Kanzenshuu,
the podcast,
an extension of the all-encompassing Dragon Ball fan site,
Kanzenshuu.
We cover, the two of us right here, anything and everything Dragon Ball in hopes of enlightening and a little bit of entertaining. Two of us freezing a little tookuses off down here in our basements, but it's time to get back into the podcast groove. My name is Mike, VegettoEX. I returned into your ears after something like 2 weeks right now, but stuff
is
comes
that
up.
Why we're going on 2 weeks? Because it was so cold in our basement.
Because it was so cold.
I said, Mike, screw you. I am not going downstairs.
My equipment locked up. That was it. No, that's it. So did I say my name? Mike, VegettoEX. Over there, out younger. Oh my God, you're colder than I am. I can't believe it. Heath, Mr. Hujio, sir. It's a podcast time.
It is podcast time, and we have a crap ton of news.
There's so much news. Oh my God. Last night was one of those nights that I just stayed up. I'm like, Julian, just keep talking to yourself in G-Chat. I will catch up. Type. Post. Type. Like, well, it's 1 a.m. I guess I should go to bed.
And I finally gave up and said, well, you guys have fun. I'm going upstairs.
It's all right. You know, we've had times like that, and that's the beauty of the fusion is, we get to trade those long evenings.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Luckily, you see, my post I put up, I had almost entirely written the day before.
Yeah, I know. I've done plenty of those before, but
I semi-cheated.
There's the news that you can't account for where you're like, well, I could draft something, but what would I write?
Yeah, that's why I left it blank.
It is January. We are heading toward that March 30th release date for Battle of Gods. The news in Japan, Dragon Ball it's everything. It's everywhere. It's Dragon Ball all the time. Every moment, every day.
It's exploded all over us.
So we are here to cover it and keep up with it. Because we have not had a show for 2 weeks, we are doing one of our legendary news catch-up episodes. We have multiple pages of news here. So really, you're getting a full-length episode, just us going through this.
It's so weird because you just think back to, let's say, even just October of 2012.
Where it was like we knew
we'll have
stuff
like
and it
a
was
week
cool.
of, oh, hey, there's one or two news stories. We can have a topic. As of December, it's all flown out the window.
No, I mean, content, we have content we're trying to do. Some of it in time for Battle of Gods. We'll see if it happens.
We have to keep stalling it because then we stay up until 1 a.m. doing news. But it's totally worth it. It's not that we're complaining.
It's completely worth it. We love every moment of it. So what we'd like to do with these news catch-up episodes is, I mean, we could just tell you the news, but we'll also give you some more editorializing on it because we don't do a whole lot of that in the news posts on the actual website. So we have to talk a little bit
we
here.
avoid it.
Yeah, we do. It's that faux journalism we pretend to sort of have.
I went to journalism school.
For Dragon Ball on the internet.
Yes. It's a thing.
All right, man. There's so much. Let's just get going.
All right. I'm down.
All right, we are kicking you off with manga news, with Viz news. This is something that we'd actually known about for a while, but it was one of those, well, we know this is coming. Can anyone please define for us what this thing is? No? All right. Well, I guess we just kind of sit on this and can we, anyone? Oh, they're talking about, wait, nope, that doesn't really answer anything. So I said, all right. Viz, can you please answer this for us? We have confirmation on what this new 3-in-1 manga re-release is going to be for the Dragon Ball series coming from Viz starting this summer. I guess let's explain this by explaining what they've done with some other series. The one that I've seen the most out there is One Piece. I'm pretty sure they've done it with Bleach and maybe even some other series. But what Viz has done with other manga is that it's a series that's either completely out or is super long, and it's not time for like a Kanzenban style or a Viz Big style re-release of it like Kanzenshuu or something like that. What they have done are cheaper priced 3-in-1 volumes. So it's sort of like a Viz Big, except Viz Big is really high quality paper. These 3-in-1s are lower quality paper. They're actually lower quality than what they call their graphic novels, just the volumes 1, 2, 3 that you usually pick up. But they're kind of this way to catch up quick in print with the series. And Heath, before we kind of get into the realm of digital, because there's so much to talk about, I mean, I feel like that's where we need to take this discussion is, but wait, the world is digital now. Let's first talk about these 3-in-1s. This stuff has pretty much been on hold from Viz for almost like a year and a half right now, right?
Yeah, just about.
I mean, One Piece got through, East Blue? And it just kind of stopped?
Somewhere in there. I mean, I guess we should mention these are very cheap.
They are.
I mean, you said, the paper is not the best quality. These are cheap, and I think even in our email discussions with Viz, they specifically even told us, yes, these are cheap. They're meant to get people to buy them. Or to get them into the series.
Just kind of put it in perspective. For one of the regular graphic novels, again, the volume 1, the volume 2, you're looking at paying about $7, $8. For these 3-in-1s, I think the MSRP is $12. Amazon's got them for $10. So really just for a couple bucks more, you're tripling the amount of material you're getting. Now, of course, the paper quality is lower. That's how they can get away with charging less here. The way that this comes back around to Dragon Ball is, if you haven't figured it out by now, that Viz is doing a 3-in-1 manga re-release of the Dragon Ball manga. That's going to be starting up on June 4th with their volume 1, which will be Dragon Ball 1, 2, 3. And then volume 2 comes out in September. It'll be 4, 5, 6. Now, the confusing thing here is Dragon Ball individual volumes is still on the market, and Viz Big is still on the market. Viz Big is this nice collector's edition, 3-in-1 volumes, except when they have to do 2-in-1s just because of where breaks are in their series. But that's 3 volumes in one at an okay price. I think they're like $18 MSRP. Nice quality paper. So the confusing thing was, why is Viz doing a 3-in-1 re-release of Dragon Ball when Viz Big is still on the market? Heath, would you even have an answer for that?
Logically, no.
It doesn't make sense to me.
And especially when you start to think in the realm of, like as of today, Jump Alpha premiered.
Well, it's no longer Alpha. It's just Weekly Shonen Jump.
Oh, yep, that's true. Because they've moved on.
Yep.
Which actually I do like. But,
and the digital thing, it's not just the latest One Piece and Naruto chapters, which is the biggest draw, but they're pulling in other things as well. I saw a big announcement today that Kintoki, which you and I reviewed, 2010 when that first came out, we did a little bonus episode. So they are going to put some older material on there, but you can also get all the older issues from Viz's back catalog on these apps right now. I feel like in terms of catching up with series, digital's the way to go. And with Viz Big still on the market, and you can get those for $12 on Amazon, I'm so confused.
I was at a loss for when this first came out, and I was just kind of like, well, are they really going to do this? Or is this something that someone found it's been floating around, but it's not actually going to happen? And then we found out it is actually going to happen, and then I really lost it because I have absolutely no idea why they're doing this. Because I don't know who this is marketed toward. Because if it is for someone that's, say, a new fan, is this really what you're going to buy? Or are you going to buy like 2 of these and then realize, oh, I could get the Viz Big?
Viz said themselves that the Viz Big will remain in print and those are aimed at the collectors. I understand that. I totally get that. I'm just not sure with the way that their business model seems to be going, which is primarily digital, why this seems like a viable release. Then again, I mean, they're the ones that have done the math, have run the numbers, have their sales projections. They probably, I would hope, know something we don't. That's why they're going ahead with releasing this. I'm guessing they do
because that's the only thing I can come up with.
I mean, that's great. The question, however, is, wait, guys, what about the Kanzenban? Could we... Oh, like, is this something that's going to hold us back from a future Kanzenban release? I mean, Julian, every year, I mean, he doesn't come in with the most predictions, but he comes in with every year. Viz, time is running up for this. Are you going to make your move? Is this something you can do? Nope. Well, okay, we'll see you next year. And I feel like we're at a crossroads here.
Well, and then you throw into the fact now we have these fully colored manga adaptation. Well, not even adaptation. It's the real
It's the
deal.
manga.
It's the manga coming out in Japan. And then you have this, and we don't have Kanzenshuu. We had this discussion, I believe, on just the very last episode of the podcast. But yes, Fizz, what are you going to do? Because there is only so much time left in the paper world, so to speak.
I think we missed our chance. I think Kanzenban is no longer
and
a
if
viable
we do
option.
get them, is it going to be digital? Are we even going to get them? I think now has become the overall question.
And what is a digital Kanzenban? I mean, the high points of the Kanzenban were the nice quality paper, slightly larger size. None of that applies to a digital release.
I'm still waiting for my original Shonen Jump release, but I don't think that's ever going to happen.
What do you mean, original Shonen Jump release?
Well, the original weekly Shonen Jump were much larger in size.
Oh,
with all the they had some different coloring added.
Sure.
Things like that.
Yeah, not all the color chapters were put into the Viz Big, so we're still missing out on some of that.
Yep.
All right, I don't know where else we can take this. We're very confused by it. I'm hoping Viz has a strategy for it because I don't want to see Dragon Ball manga fail. How many stories have we had over the last few months internationally where companies have been, we have to cancel this Kanzenban run. There's just not enough interest.
Which is so sad to see.
It's terrifying and saddening and maddening.
Which is where we're coming from of some of these other countries can't get the Kanzenban alone to sell well enough to keep, yet now we're going to have 3 versions
of the same thing.
Of literally the same thing with a couple color chapters thrown into one of the releases.
Yep. All right. So there's really not much more we can do about that. We're a little confused. I'm hoping they have a strategy. It's definitely I totally get it. It's a cheap way, get new fans to get caught up. But Dragon Ball's been done, and there is a decent release out there, and we're moving digital. So I don't know. All right. Heath, people are tuning in. They're like, I don't care. Tell me about the goddamn new movie. So Heath, tell me about the instant noodles.
Well, this was literally the biggest news that we ever had from Julian in Japan. Ever. Ace Cook, Battle of Gods, Instant Noodles. They are doing a tie-in promotion. And so everyone should get on the internet and go buy all these noodles, and you can get free crap.
I've been telling Julian, you gotta buy me instant noodles. You gotta go to KFC. He's just like, oh my God, I cannot do this.
The best part about this story is that it was actually promoted on the official Battle of Gods website.
Yes, it was.
Usually this stuff does not make it there, say KFC, but Ace Cook apparently in Japan will be giving out specially branded instant noodles, and you could win one of 10,000 Tosho cards. And yay, they're 500 yen a piece.
It's Dragon Ball instant noodles, and you can win a bookstore gift card for about $5. And that's the extent of this. But this was so important, they had to put it on the official website.
500 yen, and you put this on the official Battle of Gods website? Okay.
It's awesome. I love it.
So anyway, if you're in Japan, you can go out and pick up these Ace Cook noodles. Julian says they're delicious, and I'm sure he eats them every day.
Did he actually say that? I'm pretty sure he didn't say that.
No, I'm pretty sure I'm 100% making that up.
Okay. This kicks off February 4th, which is a pretty big day.
Oh, yeah. February 4th and February 5th, and my bank account says, ouch.
I know. That day, I'm pretty sure you and I are going to get calls from our credit card companies again. Like, did you go to Japan today?
Yeah, I live in one state and I actually work in another. And so I filled up in gas that morning in the state I live in. I got lunch in the state I work in. And then I made a purchase in Tokyo, Japan. And by 6 p.m., I got a phone call from my credit card company.
Yep. Day in our lives.
Like, yeah, I've been doing a lot of flying. What can I say?
All right. So maybe that's not the most exciting Battle of Gods news. And I'm not sure that this one is either, but we're getting to the exciting stuff. This is the CD single for Chala Head Chala performed by Flow. They are performing a cover of this song as the main theme to Battle of Gods. We still don't know what this illustration is, but the first run, the first printings of the CD single will come with an illustration of Dragon Ball.
By someone.
By someone.
We don't even know that it's Toriyama.
Nope, we have no clue. And we don't know what this supposed insert song is yet either.
But
We're coming up on this.
We should note that Toriyama has done cover art for various albums, so it is not out of the realm of possibility that he would do one.
We don't know what it is. If you want to check out the update here, you can kind of dig into the past with prior CD singles. I think maybe the most interesting one was Ayumi Hamasaki's Rule, the main theme to Dragon Ball Evolution, which Toriyama drew Ayumi Hamasaki in his classic Toriyama style. So
beautiful portrait.
Maybe it's going to be something like that. We don't know yet. I check every day. I made sure I got my first pressing of the CD single ordered, and I'm dying to know what it's going to be. Don't know yet, though.
I look forward to that update.
You know, I didn't do an update about this yet either, because it's even less clear, but the that new best song collection is going to have a first pressing bonus too, but we don't even know what it is. Is it an illustration? Is it a poster? We have no clue. All we know is it'll have something.
Typically in the past, haven't they done posters or some sort of Dragon Ball Heroes card or
for
Dragon
soundtracks?
Card?
Yeah, for soundtracks in particular, it's been posters. So I'm kind of hoping maybe it'll be like Legend of Dragon World had a poster of its cover art with the track listing, kind of release dates and stuff. I'm hoping it's going to be something like that. We don't know yet, though, so I felt like that was kind of below the rung of newsworthy, where it's gonna have something. Peace out, guys. Later. So we'll get back to you on that. Heath, we were just talking about this February 4th, February 5th. There's some craziness going on.
So when we first reported about the Kanzenshuu coming out, at the time we only knew of one. Well, technically, we knew there would be 4, but we only knew one of them had a title, which would be Kanzenshuu's Story and World Guide. Oddly enough, roughly, I think it was like a week, 2 weeks after we found out all this information, Shueisha's official site updated their listing. They gave Kanzenshuu #1 a brand new ISBN. They updated the release date from February 4th to February 5th, delaying it a single day for some odd reason, and just kind of changed things around. Then from there, now I think Amazon Japan, Shueisha, everyone has 2 listings for the exact same book.
Yeah, they haven't killed off the old one.
Yeah, multiple names, different ISBN numbers, so you gotta kind of be careful which one you're ordering. But yeah, it was just a really odd thing, but I thought it was something we should let people know about.
Yeah, tell me, the classification for the book changed. What does that mean? What does it imply, if anything?
Well, typically, most of these books, when they're published, are under the author Akira Toriyama, because he just gets the general credit for anything that's released.
Original author.
The Dragon Ball title. Well, this one actually changed to V-Jump, which is something that we've never seen a guidebook come out specifically for the manga or the anime.
Right, I guess that's important. Not
V-Jump.
Guidebooks for the franchise. Sure, guidebooks for the games and tie-in promotional pamphlets and booklets and stuff, but not, you know, like Landmark, Forever, Perfect Files, Super Exciting Guides, not that kind of stuff.
And when the first listing came out, it was under the Jump Comics line of books, which is what we normally see, but now they've changed it to the Favorite Printing Comics. So they've not only changed it to V-Jump, but they've also changed his classification. They changed just about everything except for the name and the price.
Yeah, 2,200 yen.
I guess what really caught me off guard was the fact that this was just a month before release, and they're now changing all this stuff.
They're shifting a couple things. And just by a day. I mean, these all feel so minor that is it necessary to do them, but I guess they felt the need to for some reason.
Well, my guess is just the fact that since they reclassified the book, they had to apply for a different ISBN number.
Maybe.
And then from there, they had to just kind of redo everything.
No, everything under that line in their production, well, that comes out on this day. Just that very Japanese way of, well, this is how we do it. Oh, this is a different thing now. It must come out on this day. Let's change everything. Which, I mean, it's going to come up later when we talk about V-Jump stuff, but V-Jump still has the old date of the 4th, so it's going to be very confusing next month. All right, so that was that. Oh man, we got some big video game stuff here. We're gonna talk about Galaxy Mission 6 here in Dragon Ball Heroes, and then we're gonna return to Dragon Ball Heroes in a little bit. I guess we can kick it off by saying that January 17th was the official launch of the most recent update for Dragon Ball Heroes, Galaxy Mission 6. Remember that they had tons of updates since its launch over 2 years ago, and now we're into these Galaxy Mission updates. Most of it's Dragon Ball GT related, but they're also doing some movie stuff and other tie-ins. Is there anything really important about Galaxy Mission 6 besides Battle of Gods stuff that you want to mention?
Well, the only thing you brought up GT. It seems like just from the videos that I've seen and a lot of the promotional work, that Galaxy Mission 6 has moved away from GT.
Right.
More so. I think there's still some GT characters involved, but for the most part, you don't have like Baby and Super 17 and things like that. So we've moved more into a Frieza sort of arc. I think they even gave it a name, if I can find it. Damn it, Mike.
Okay.
You confused me.
You do that. I'll keep talking. There definitely is some GT-related stuff, because I know the most recent card they're promoting is Golden Ozar. So, I mean, there's those kind of things.
They actually are calling this one the Saiyans versus the Frieza army. Okay. And a lot of the early transformation cards that you could purchase or obtain, however you do that, however you feel you want to do that, were Ozaru transformation cards for all the Saiyan characters.
Gotcha.
So
it's kind of that sparking territory where, well, King Vegeta, Ozaru.
Which sparked a lot of discussion, I know, on our forum of, well, if they're moving into this Saiyan versus Frieza sort of thing in Galaxy Mission 6, and then now Bidousu is showing up, is there some sort of tie-in with the Saiyans or Frieza? And I guess we'll kind of get to that later.
Yeah, I mean, just going back weeks and weeks when the kind of story of what Battle of Gods will likely be, the whole deal was Bidousu, he found out that a Saiyan has defeated Frieza, and he wants to go see who this individual is. So there's at least some knowledge connecting these characters, so we can kind of see why they might be doing a little bit here, if that's the basis for Galaxy Mission 6. You take a look at the trailer, and yeah, it's all the Saiyans and Frieza's army and that stuff, and then at the very end, we have these feet kind of descend from the heavens, and yes, Bidousu,
it's that guy in the movie.
It's that guy, that the way they say it in Japanese is that guy. Yes, Bidousu will be making an appearance. In Galaxy Mission 6 in particular, he's just a super special boss character, correct?
As far as we know, it doesn't look like he's a playable character as of yet. That may come after the movie comes out. Who knows?
And we'll return to this with 7 updates in a little bit, but since Galaxy Mission 6 obviously came first and that is out there right now, so really here, Heath, what we're seeing is something that I kind of talked about a lot when an episode of Bardock was first announced, and I felt like they started to go in this direction where it was, we have this new idea, this new story, throw it in fucking everything. And they sort of did that. I mean, episode of Bardock, it got the Psycho Jump DVD release, and they did a couple little other things. The manga got a reprint, and it was included as a bonus video on the Kinect game, which didn't even get a Japanese release. But Battle of Gods, they're going all in. Everything.
I think they've sunk so much money into this thing that they don't have any choice but to throw it into
everything. Can't afford not to spend more money throwing it into more things at this point, right?
And I don't regret it at all.
No. So. What do you mean you don't regret it? Were you a co-producer on this movie?
I was.
Okay.
I would not envy the person that has to come up with all of this stuff.
Though. I know. So that's good. I'm glad. This stuff is showing up everywhere, so good on them, and we'll continue to return to additional Battle of Gods inclusions. I think we're actually going to skip this next update. I guess we can tease you. Weekly Young Jump announced some early screenings for Battle of Gods, but V-Jump gave us all the full details just yesterday, so we'll return to that in a second.
I guess we should mention that when I posted this, we only knew from Weekly Young Jump, but it was included in all of essentially the Jump magazines. 22 of them, I think it was.
Okay, and
this is just the one that somebody reported from, so that's what I had to go with.
Gotcha. We'll return to that in a minute, like I was saying. But in the meantime, Heath, you were talking about the official website for Battle of Gods. They had some other more interesting updates that kind of all fans could play around with.
They decided to do something that was cheap, easy to promote, and could use all of us. And essentially what a lot of marketing strategists have started to do is use Facebook, Twitter, and other social mediums to basically do their own advertising for them. So the official Battle of Gods website posted a Dragon Ball Z Moji Maker. You can go in, you can add your first name, your last name, really any 2 words that you would ever want separated with the Dragon Ball and have a Z slapped on the end, you could do it. It's really easy. Most of it is actually in English, which was quite nice.
I think they're expecting that.
You think they're kind of planning ahead a little.
Yeah.
Basically go in, you can fill it out, you can choose your background, hit the go button, and they even give you links so that you can post it directly to your Facebook or your Twitter accounts. Really genius move on their part, and I commend them. I wish I was as smart as those folks.
Yeah, there's that day all of a sudden all of our friends were tweeting in Japanese like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
I only expect this from Julian and Jake and Heath. Where did you guys learn to type like that? Oh, I see.
Oh, it typed it for you.
Yes. Yeah, the tweet's in Japanese, which is weird.
Yeah, I'll note that the Japanese word moji just means character, as in like letters of the alphabet, a character that you type out.
Gotcha.
So it's basically a character or letter maker.
Right, just a little alliteration going on there. Mochi maker. All right, that was cool. So, we got a little Kanzenshuu image there, and it's got a Z at the end.
I really wish there was an option you could remove that.
I know.
Whatever.
What?
It works.
It's cool. Let's talk not so exciting video game news. This kind of surprised me, and I think it surprised a lot of other people. It's just one of those really kind of things.
And out of nowhere.
Yeah, completely. And that's how the best releases happen. They just get listings, and that's it.
And then Mike buys
it's coming.
them.
No, not so much. The big game of 2011, Ultimate Blast, which was released internationally, you may know as Ultimate Tenkaichi, the game on PS3 and 360, is getting a re-release on the PS3 only in Japan under the PlayStation 3 The Best line. Now, we do need to say that although it is called The Best, the way that these lines work, it's like a greatest hits kind of thing, where greatest hits doesn't necessarily mean it's a great game. The best doesn't mean it's a great game. It just means it sold well enough and that the original maker wants to re-release it under a new SKU to kind of get some more mind space and get a cheaper price out there. So,
it's like when I buy the greatest hits album for someone,
right,
and half the songs on there never even top the charts.
Never radio singles.
Charted. And you're like, have I even heard this song? Yeah, it's like that.
It's one of those, yeah. So this is hitting Japanese shelves, was this February 21st. It's coming out. I don't know what else there is to say about this. I'm a little surprised. We've gotten some before. Tag Versus on PSP, of all things. It didn't have the greatest sales in the world, but that got the best release last summer. Sparking Meteor, kind of we expected of that game on Wii and PS2, got I think on Wii it's called like Minna no Everyone's just whatever 2800 price re-release, and it got a PS2 equivalent. I think even Sparking Neo did as well. So we expected of those games that definitely sold really well. Ultimate Blast was kind of weird because in Japan, at least by the end of that year that we knew, it had sold internationally 700,000 copies, which was actually up from Raging Blast 2, which if I remember correctly did 570,000 copies by the end of kind of its reporting year.
Well, that's it right there. It's the extra 120,000.
It did well enough. And we don't have extra figures since that 700,000. So maybe it continued to do well. This is kind of this wolf in sheep's clothing from Namco Bandai that just kind of made its way into homes. People are like, wait, what'd you just do to me here? And I think they kind of slipped it under the radar, and they're slipping this re-release under the radar. What can we even say about this? It's coming out, and I don't expect it to do well. This says to me that I don't know that they have much planned for the first half of the year.
That would be my guess. I think they're like, no, let's not do anything. Battle of Gods is coming out.
Yeah, I mean,
I have no idea.
Heroes is getting their full attention, and Heroes is getting the 3DS release. We know that's right. February, so kind of, this is tied in perfectly. This comes out the week before the release of Ultimate Mission on 3DS. So it's just going to be on shelves at the same time, cheaper price. They're probably hoping people just throw it into their carts.
But not you.
But not me. Fool me once, fool me twice. How many years has it been? When did Sparking 1 come out?
They fooled me 0 times, so take that.
Sparking 1, first Sparking, that was 2005? I think so. God damn it. All right. Enough about that.
Just wait.
No. No, please, no. All right, so we're moving back over to Battle of Gods. This was a surprising story. Heath, we've got celebrity voice actors. Like, one is, again, more athletic celebrity, and one is kind of, what the hell do you call Shokotan?
I have no idea.
Personality.
The one thing I found really interesting was that this story actually broke on a different site, yet like an entire week later finally shows up on the official Battle of Gods website.
Yeah.
I don't know what they're doing over there. They have time for noodles, but they can't post this.
I don't get it. I don't understand.
But Olympic gold medalist Kaori Matsumoto, who awesome judoka, as Julian would say, and voice actress.
No, you were right. Asterisk. That was correct.
Okay, there we go. TV personality person Shoko Nakagawa. I looked her up. You should do yourself a favor and just Google search her real quick.
Just Google image search Shoko. Go.
They will both be providing voices in the upcoming Dragon Ball Z Battle of Gods movie, which is, of course, due out March 30th, 2013, and I'm sure you're all getting tired of us saying that every damn week. Nevertheless, Matsumoto will be playing a female motorcycle police officer, and apparently both characters will be somewhat modeled after themselves or something.
That's cool.
I don't know. Whatever. And so they'll be modeled after her appearance, and she is set to appear during a party scene. Well, Nakagawa got the lucky role of playing the Oracle Fish that first brings the god of destruction, Birisu, to seek out Son Goku. Both provided statements which you can go and read on our website.
Oh, no, we're going to perform them here. We are performing them. We are. You are the judo, and I am the cat eater.
Oh, God. All right. So I guess let's take this away.
Come on. Be a performer. Put on your performing voice.
I am truly grateful to have cast as a member of the police motorcycle squad for Dragon Ball Z Battle of Gods. I am very glad to be
almost
able
going
to
into
perform.
GLaDOS voice there at the end.
I have no idea. You said act, so I did it.
That's not act. Okay, keep going.
No, that's not acting at all. I am very glad to be able to perform in an animated work I've loved since I was a child. It will be a treasure I'll never forget as long as I'm alive, obviously. However, it's my first such experience in my life, and I'm probably even more nervous than with judo. So I'm unsure whether I'll be able to do it properly, and still wondering whether this is a dream. Through this performance, I'll be able to get a little closer to Son Goku, so I'll throw myself into the role earnestly and do my best while also enjoying myself.
That is the very definition of saying stuff without saying anything at all.
Yep. They probably told them they couldn't give out too many details.
Yeah.
They're just really happy to be doing what
I'm sure they didn't even write this themselves because,
they all have PR people.
I've written press releases for people. I said, here's what you say. I mean, this is how it goes. All right. So playing the role of Shokotan will be VegettoEX.
I will mute my headphones right now.
This is what I aspired to do with my life. When I saw the preview of the new Dragon Ball movie in Jump and trembled with excitement. Why am I slurring? You're the one drinking the beer. I'm just sitting here. I had no idea that news would come of me being set to do a guest role. The greatest miracle of my life is here. I'm ultimate moved.
That's my favorite line of all time.
She
ultimate
used
move.
Ultimate, yes, the English word. Thank you so much. It's a long anticipated new work everybody in the whole world and universe has been waiting for. So I took my overflowing passion for Dragon Ball and tackled it with my whole body and soul. When I think that I'll be able to see Trunks, Goku, Vegeta, and the others again, I feel from the heart that I'm glad to have lived this long. Really, whatever words I use, they can't express my happiness and deep emotion, like when I eat cats. Okay, maybe she didn't say that part, but she was thinking it.
She was. Now I've got, I'm ultimate moved. Just stuck in my head. I'm ultimate moved. My power is maximum.
I was thinking of the Futurama episode where Bender changes his gender, and he just kind of talks like this
the whole time.
All right.
That is a good episode.
So we have some quotes there. I don't know. I actually don't have a whole lot against Shoko Nakagawa. She's given us some kind of okay cover songs of Dragon Ball, which we did link in the article here, so you can check them out. She's done Romantiku Agurio, she did Zenkai Power, and she did a TV size of Don Don. So she's got some Dragon Ball chops. She's one of those otaku personalities that actually does seem to kind of know what the hell she's talking about. It's a little throwaway role. It's not like she's going to be doing a voice throughout the entire series and doing an image song on an album, right?
The fish is going to become the new crab.
I'm kind of really excited to see this fish.
I don't even know what to think.
It's an oracle
I'm just glad
fish.
that I started translating this and Julian was like, oh, I've got it covered. I was like, sweet, thank the Lord, because I am so out of here.
And it's so boring too, isn't it? Like the quotes don't say anything, so it's not like you even have something around the corner to reveal. It's just fluff talk.
Oh well, that's what we live by.
Yep, it's Dragon Ball. All right, man, so we're going to move over to books briefly, then go over to video games, and come back to books, and go to video games.
And
we're just going in order here. Kanzenshuu 2, actually, our buddy Jake picked up on this before the rest of us, and then we're like, yeah, we need to update. Stop tweeting so we can have some time to catch up here. Although none of us actually said that, but that's what I was thinking. Thanks, Jake.
I was thinking the same.
Next time, send us a text message first so we can kind of get to work on this. So we knew that Kanzenshuu number 1 was going to be called Story and World Guide. You heard all about our Daizenshu predictions there. Kanzenshuu 2, its title was revealed as Animation Guide Part 1. I suppose we can say that in the Daizenshu line, number 3 was TV Animation Part 1. Number 5? 5 was TV Animation Part 2. Daizenshu 6 was Movies and TV Specials. And then the last supplemental Daizenshu, let's call it number 10, was TV Animation Part 3. This Kanzenshuu is just Animation Guide Part 1. That implies that there will be a Part 2, at the very least.
And the second I saw it, it said only animation guide.
Yep.
I said, aha, they're putting those 4 Daizenshu together.
Yes, I think we can probably expect that. Well, we know at this point that we can pretty much expect that. But this was just adding fuel to the speculation fire. I don't know, maybe the fire was kind of coming to kind of petering out a little bit because we kind of knew everything once this came out. All right, so we'll return to it. V-Jump details, man. This month's V-Jump was kind of weird. Like full leaks weren't really happening.
Which is really weird because
which is
normally
great.
There's at least something.
Good for them. They held it under wraps a little bit.
The only thing was 3 days before, 2 days before, on the 2chan channel, it kind of, somebody just typed up a little something of, hey, this is kind of what's in here. And that was about it. And everyone went ballistic.
I mean, we
wanted
always get
ASAP.
that. We always get the text spoilers first, and then things come. But this was interesting in that some of the video game pages got leaked out, but not everything. And there was just so much more. I mean, this is how, video games take over the internet. So we expect the gaming stuff. And that's kind of how it rolled, is all the gaming things came first. It is a video game magazine, and then the rest of it. So I guess let's kind of combine a couple updates here because then we return to it. But Dragon Ball Heroes Ultimate Mission is the 3DS port of Dragon Ball Heroes. And although we know that Ultimate Mission is only going to go through Galaxy Mission 4, there are some new things being put into it, such as Bidusu. He descends via the Scouter, the god of destruction, Bidusu. It's a shocking awakening. I love the marketing speak here.
We should type all of our news posts like this.
Just talk as if we're Toei's mouth.
Yes.
We knew that there's going to be a little Scouter app kind of involved with this. You use the 3DS camera, that kind of stuff, but you'll be able to scan a QR code next month that will allow you to fight against Bidusu in the 3DS game, which ties in nicely to his appearance in the arcade version, even though the 3DS version isn't going to include all of the stuff, if that makes sense. I know it only sort of does if you keep up with this. Basically, arcade version's got a lot of stuff. 3DS version isn't going to have all of it, but it is going to have this one.
Which is nice.
Sorta.
Sort of. Yes.
I guess by sorta, I mean it sorta has stuff and it's sorta nice. I don't know. I can't get excited about it because I can't freaking play it yet.
I know. That's what's sad.
Apparently, did you see this? Did you know that Jake has a Japanese 3DS?
Yeah.
I didn't know this. Apparently he's getting the game. I just assumed.
You didn't know that?
I just assumed that none of us were picking the, or I mean, I was going to buy the game, but I just assumed none of us were going to be able to play it. And Jake's on Twitter like, yeah, I got it. I'm picking it up. Like, okay, well, you have more work to do now.
Yes.
Maybe that's really why he didn't tell me. That's exactly why he didn't tell me. Because he knew that if I knew.
Now you're running the problem that I used to always have with him is we'd be like working on stuff and he'd tell me nothing. And next thing I know, there's a post on DaizenshooEX of, here's this new guide I've been working on with the entire thing up. And I email him like, dude, what the fuck was that? You gotta send it my way. We could talk about it and then we could put it up.
I love Jake.
And he would just do it forever.
I love him.
And it's hilarious. I mean, trust me, I am not mad at the guy at all.
No, you can't be. You can't be.
It's just like, dude, really? That's what you're going to do?
I just love that, well, we do have someone on staff that's going to be able to cover the game for us in some capacity.
Yeah.
So that's
Whenever
good.
Whenever he gets back to you.
He did a great job covering Attack of the Saiyans, though, when that first came out and that wasn't launched in the US. So he actually has experience doing this. So I'm kind of excited to get his coverage of.
Can you take screenshots off of a 3DS very well?
You cannot. No.
I didn't think so.
The Vita has it built in, but the 3DS does not.
Damn you, Nintendo.
Yep. Now you got to get one of those. Not a dev kit, but one of the special devices that hooks up to TVs and stuff. Yep, don't have it. All right, so we are in full-fledged V-Jump news here now.
Which is insane because it's like the next 5 updates.
Yeah, it is. All right, so here's the fun little one that doesn't really interest anyone, and that's that, yes, Dragon Ball Heroes Victory Mission, this little mini manga that the mysterious Toyotaro has been illustrating. There is a 5th chapter in this month's issue of V-Jump. This chapter is called The Last Spot for the Finals. Basically, here's what happens. Beat wins. He moves on to the next one. Irito, and I asked Julian, I'm like, can we just call him Elite? And apparently the kana for his name is not spelled exactly the same as the English word elite. So it's one of these actual puns as opposed to some of the other names.
Which is weird because he's supposed to be an elite hero.
Yeah, exactly.
In the game.
Right. So it's like, I know, I feel dumb writing Irito, but like how else can you punify it? Like, how do you...
Without just using the word.
Right, because it's not the word. So do you write elite? Maybe we can do ELEET or something, but it doesn't have the elongated... I don't know. This is one of those, like, style guide.
This is what keeps us up at night.
We're going to have our... I was actually thinking that a really great episode, and it's kind of modeled off of what Giant Bomb did at the end of the year when they had their Game of the Year deliberations. I don't know how many people would find this interesting. You got to write us in and let us know. I think we should record a couple of our style guide deliberations. There's still a couple names that were like... Do we go with this or do we go with this? All right, let's break it down to what is the pun source? What is the kana spelling? Let's bounce it around.
And luckily, we haven't had to use them very much on the site.
Nope.
So when we change it, it won't be a big issue.
Right. But Irito, I think, is going to be one of these, even though it's the most minor of characters. Anyways, Irito congratulates him, words, all right, whatever. Then there's this other character, Noti, berates him because his charge impact is too weak. What? Oh, God. This freaking card stuff. So then we have Irito versus Froze, which you can kind of guess where this is coming from. So really, we've just got Super Saiyan 3 characters versus a whole bunch of Frieza family characters, perfectly tying in with Dragon Ball Heroes. Then we get this giant golden Ozaru. So really, it's going to be Beat versus Froze in the finals. And Julian wanted to make sure I noted that this is taking place at Heroes Stadium at Satan Mall.
Now there's a Satan Mall?
There's Satan Mall, yes.
Jesus, what doesn't he have his PR staff come up with?
I know, he's great. He's great. So,
God,
all right.
He gets hotels and all sorts. He doesn't have to, like, stay anywhere. He's like, I'm just going to go to my hotel over there, and I'm going to go live in my city over there.
It's great because he's got this giant marketing PR empire for himself. In the event that he is forced to throw a Tenkaichi Budokai or is genuinely beaten, he is do one of those things where he'll play it off as I meant to do it. You know, I'm letting this person look good for themselves. But if he doesn't win it, he doesn't get the prize money. So he's got to have this, you know, corporate empire outside of that to keep the cash flow going.
I thought that's why he had Mr. Boo.
Yeah, but maybe like if Boo takes off with his wife or something, you know, he's not around to fix the Budokai. You have it here first, folks. Mike's
there it is.
Fanfic for
Do you know how many pages this was?
This was 7 pages, sir. Yes.
There
so
you go.
It is continuing to expand a little bit.
Eventually it's going to be 100. And
I know, right? And this is not part of it, but it kind of ties in. The included card with V-Jump this month was a Son Goku for Dragon Ball GT Golden Ozaru card. So
I appreciate you putting that there because I could not fit that into my update.
Yeah, Julie and I were talking about, like, where does this fit? I guess we'll put it here. Because Golden Ozaru, it's in Victory Mission. Just toss it there. That's fine. Whatever. So we did. All right.
Yeah.
Heath.
Got to clear my throat for this one.
You are up next. Tell me about books.
Books, and more books. So we had last month we found out from V-Jump that this month's issue of V-Jump would contain a plethora of information about almost everything Dragon Ball ever, or at least within the next month or two.
Yep.
So like we mentioned, we had a little bit of chatter coming from 2Channel about what was going to be in this, and finally, our very own Julian ran out. He bought it. He held it in his hands.
Wait.
He took photos.
Heath. First, he taught a class. Then he sent me a text.
Okay.
He's like, I'm leaving school. I'm going to go buy the magazine. I'm like, you can do that? You can just leave? All right.
He sent me an email. I was like, okay.
All right. So, yes, he went out and he got it, and we got info.
Yes. So he sent us a bunch of photos and whatnot. But the first part actually comes from the website, an advertisement for the full color trial book that was included in this month's issue of V-Jump, which Julian clarified a little for me is actually chapter 228, which they are titling the Saiyan Arc Chapter 34, which was titled One-on-One Combat. It's the entire chapter in full color, although they've removed the original title page, so we're not sure if those will be included in the upcoming releases or not, because they just used a picture for the cover, and that's what they went with, since it's just a trial.
This is kind of a pivotal chapter in a lot of ways, it seems. These scenes are used for so many things, and I know we've talked about this, but Yoshio Sawai, the author of Bobobo, did a parody of this chapter with his own characters.
I love that you can just roll that off.
It took me a couple years when that series was first coming out. As in college, I didn't go to class. I just sat and learned how to pronounce Bobobo. That's all I did.
So yes, this is a very pivotal chapter. It is kind of intriguing that they actually included this, but I think it's a very good marketing ploy of, if this chapter can look this good, you should get all the other ones. Now, along with this trial book that they included, we did get some clarification, which a lot of people have been asking for. Originally, they said we are doing the Saiyan arc, we are doing the Frieza arc, we don't know anything else. As of this week, we actually know they plan to do the entire Z era. They will be doing the Cell arc and the Majin Buu arc. As of right now, tentatively, they will do the original Dragon Ball storyline from the beginning, but at a later date and possibly only digital.
I think that is kind of a huge deal. We'll come back to it.
We'll come back.
I want to do more performances here because we can. Would you like to ask the questions or provide the answers?
I will ask the questions.
All right, you're going to play the role of the bold questions. I will play the role of the non-bold answers to the questions.
All right. So along with this came some wonderful Japanese speak questions, which we will now perform for all of you, gracious listeners. Will Dragon Ball Full Color really be in full color?
From the manga itself to project pages. What the hell is a project page? I don't know. All of the pages will be in vibrant color.
What is the size of the Dragon Ball Full Color?
New book format, the same as the other Jump Comics manga. You can line them up smoothly on your bookshelf in your room.
Which I will be doing. How many characters will be included in each volume of Dragon Ball Full Color? And I said characters, not chapters.
And you said Dragon Ball.
Good God!
The Saiyan arc will have 17 chapters in each volume. A big volume of 248 pages.
Maybe overacting this a little, but
no, we're getting better as we go.
Will there be pages other than the manga itself in Dragon Ball Full Color?
It will include Enter the Dragon Ball. No space in there, the Dragon Ball, which will explain the story up to the Saiyan arc.
Will we learn the latest Dragon Ball information in Dragon Ball Full Color?
It will include a special interview with Akira Toriyama Sensei. A variety of mysteries will become clear.
Will there be oh my God.
No editing. Keep going. Go.
What? Will there be any special bonuses with Dragon Ball Full Color?
There will be a special postcard using a title page illustration from the comics included.
Then when will I be able to read color comics from before the sign arc?
We're moving along with a release plan. Before that, we intend to distribute it digitally on the web.
When will I be able to read color comics past the Frieza arc?
Past the Frieza arc, we intend to publish the Cell arc and the Buu arc. Look forward to it.
I will.
The only way I can get across a number of exclamation points is to read it that way.
Which is sad. Exclamation point. Exclamation point. Okay.
Okay. So, that clarifies almost
winded,
nothing.
But it gives us some additional details that we didn't have before.
I love that. Will the full color comics actually be in color? Yes, the full color comics will be in vibrant color.
Of black and white.
All right, forget the full color comics. Kanzenshuu.
Yes. Okay, we are moving on to the Kanzenshuu, which, do you want me to go through this? Or you just want to read the crap?
No, we're not. Just go through it. I'm done. Okay. I'm no longer acting.
The issue also notes that the 4-volume set of the new Kanzenshuu guidebooks will be a condensed version, which many of us speculated, of the legendary Daizenshuu volumes that we got way back in the mid-1990s. The Kanzenshuu will, however, have updated information. A lot of this stuff I'm presuming from Toriyama that's come out in previous guidebooks, post Daizenshuu age, possibly things from Battle of Gods,
right?
But we will see what happens there. And they are using the wrong publication date. But other than that, they also tell us that there will be a B4 size poster with rare illustration of any of you that own the Daizenshuu already have.
Yep.
So
Heath,
it's super rare.
You were exact on. I mean, I took it up to a point. You said, yes, Mike, it will be exactly as you say. These will just be a condensed Daizenshuu. I, Heath, on the podcast say, however, it will contain new information. Well, sir, you deserve a cookie.
See? Cookie, please. You have my address.
Insert cookie. They had some Q&A about that, but we kind of already talked about everything there. And then another page showed what appears to be the cover of the Kanzenshuu, although it does note that that is subject to change as well. It's kind of all up in flux. Like you said, it still has the old date, so yeah, we know that everything can change.
And I assume, since we are mere weeks away from their release, that we will have official cover art sometime very soon.
Yeah, we don't have cover art for the full color comics or the Kanzenshuu or the CDs, anything yet.
They are like keeping this stuff under lock and key as long as they possibly can.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's just to drive up hype or what, but it's working because I check the website every goddamn day.
Oh my God, we still have a bunch of stories to cover here, don't we?
Yes, we do.
This is the big one. This is the same issue, the March 2013 issue of V-Jump. This is all the Battle of Gods stuff about the movie itself, what will be in the movie, how you can go see the movie. I guess we have to do some little performances here. I'm just going to run through them. These are just the quotes that go along with the captions, or go along with the screenshots. Taking Buu and Gohan by the hair. This is Beerus's overwhelming power. Can Goku possibly win against such a foe? So this is the shot of the God of Destruction slamming Gohan and Buu into each other's faces, which is great. And then next up we have God of Destruction, an artificial human. Super battles between Beerusu and the Warriors of Earth will be made a reality one after another. So this one we have here a shot of Beerusu. He's holding some chopsticks, and it looks like number 18 is trying to attack from behind. He's kind of looking off to the side a little bit. And then this is a kind of a big one. What's this? That Pilaf gang has been turned into children. So Heath,
that one cracks me
with
up.
This one, take us back to the poster. Why was this a question?
Oh, I see. Okay, so in the first iteration of the poster that we originally saw, we see these 3 characters of Pilaf, Shu, and Mai, but they are very ever so tiny and off in the corner, and everyone's like, I wonder why they're there. And later, we actually got the official poster where they have the date of the theatrical release, And lo and behold, these 3 characters are climbing over the numbers.
Right.
And they are very tiny. So we don't know if they've been shrunk. It doesn't appear that they really have, but they are on the poster.
Right.
But they have been turned to children. So
yeah, and I think really the only one you can even tell with is Mai, because Pilaf is Pilaf, and she was a little dog fox thing. So really, Mai's the only one you can go on, and okay, that at least explains.
And then the
things.
big question is, in GT,
Yep.
why do they look so freaking old?
Well, will they even bother to try it into GT? But immediately people are like, okay, that's kind of hysterical, because the very first episode of GT, Pilaf inadvertently wishes Goku into a child. The fact that Pilaf is turned into a child in this movie seems to be a tongue-in-cheek nod, at least at this point. We will, of course, learn more.
And I love it.
Very nice. All right, let's keep going. So another one here is Vegeta has met Bidousu before. This is a shot of Vegeta kind of before said character looking at him. We don't really know. It also says, even Vegeta is no match before Bidousu. At any rate, it appears that Bidousu has an interest in the Saiyans. Well, we kind of knew a little bit there that he was trying to figure out who it was that beat Frieza. Does he have an interest in the Saiyan race as a whole? We don't know. And then finally, who's the warrior that the god of destruction seeks? Well, it's probably Goku.
Which is weird, because wouldn't they actually just say Goku?
We know. Right, maybe
So
there's
it's
someone
like,
else.
Whatever. Or they're just trying to spin the rumor wheels of the internet.
Now, Heath,
And it really is just Goku.
Heath, we have nothing on Uisu here at all.
This is the one character that they are so tight-lipped about. I mean, we have a couple shots of him, and even in his pamphlet profile from Jump Festa,
They're just like, who is this character with Bidousu?
yeah, and that's the only description we ever get of him.
Yep.
So I think that is one thing that they are really keeping under wraps.
Even in the trailer, I mean, we had some dialogue, but there was really nothing to go on there. So,
Well, and it's kind of odd. I mean, they give Bidousu an actual title.
yep, Uisu's got
But
nothing.
Uisu, nothing. He's just there.
Just a
Which
dude.
really plays to what we are thinking
We're
is going to
hoping,
happen.
fingers crossed, give us some Makaioshin action. All right, so that's kind of the most important stuff. It's not even really that important on the 2-page spread there. I guess the 2 things we can take away from that is Pilaf and company turned into children, and Vegeta maybe playing this role of exposition yet again by possibly knowing about Bidousu.
Or at least knowing of him.
Right. All right, then you can pre-order tickets. I mean, there's been so many tickets. If you pre-order, you get a set of 3 Dragon Ball pens, and there's 3 Dragon Balls. The 4-star ball is not included, and then there's prices for the pre-order tickets. Doesn't really affect anyone unless you're in Japan. Same thing here with the preview screenings. This is really neat, and I'm very excited about this because obviously we're going to try and get Julian off to one of these preview screenings, but it's a deal with it. It's limited. You have to send in postcards and all this stuff, but we're going to try to get his ass into that Osaka screening. So see what
That
we
would
can
be
do.
nice.
There's actually 2 preview screenings. There's that big one that was first announced with the other magazines, but then there's a second preview screening. Again, you can just read all the details on the site. It's nothing that we really need to go into. I guess relating to the movie itself, I do want to note that we don't even know if this is the cover art for the CD single. It's just a shot of Flo promoting their main theme for the movie, Cha Ra, Head Cha Ra.
Which I even noticed the first time I listened to the single, the MP3.
You think they're going more R-y than L-y?
It almost sounds like they are doing more of an R sound than an L.
All right, I guess we have to explain.
But I don't know.
If you don't know where this phrase comes from, it's a play on hechara, which is just kind of a everything's great, I'm fine, everything's wonderful kind of a phrase.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where the chara, sure, would come from. But much like puns are, it's not written exactly the same way in terms of the song. It has always been written with cha-la with an L. Even, I mean, you go back to 1989, first episode of DBZ, in our alphabet, cha-la with an L there. I've never, ever seen this written out with an R-A.
And I haven't either. And I don't like it.
It's different. I don't like it.
I don't like change.
I don't know. It just seems weird. Is there a reason for it, or is it just, I don't know.
Well, I mean, like you mentioned, the actual Romanji for it
Sure. I mean,
is Chara, Head Chara, but no one says it that way. Not even Japanese people. I mean, it's chala head chala. That's what you know it as. Unfortunately,
I'm boycotting. I'm done. That's it. Dragon Ball, dead to me.
We still love you, Flo, but you've killed our childhood.
All right, we said we were going to come back to Battle of Gods. Well, yes, Bidousu will be making an appearance in Galaxy Mission 6, but revealed here, there will be a Battle of Gods specific update in Galaxy Mission 7. That is going to be, it was just teased here, it's going to be formally unveiled next month, the April special big issue. That's in proper noun form there with capital letters. That is the name of next month's issue of V-Jump. So we got a little tease there about Bidousu appearing. And then Heath, to kind of wrap up the V-Jump news mostly here. We knew about this when the Kanzenshuu and the full color comics were announced, but we have some more details about these exhibits going around.
That we do. First up is an art exhibit, which we found out about, a while back. Titled Akira Toriyama, The World of Dragon Ball, which is going to be showcased across 3 separate cities in Japan at varying different times, right around the release of Dragon Ball Z Battle of Gods. You can go to the website, read all the dates where it's going to be. It's going to be in Tokyo, Osaka, and Nagoya. So yeah, go visit those. And the display not only will have a lot of Toriyama's manuscripts, but an age timeline of the Dragon Ball world, and they will be showcasing an original video, which we have absolutely no details about. Could you please
be more vague, guys? Come on. An original video will be showcased.
Okay.
I hate this stuff.
What kind of an original video of animation of an interview with Toriyama?
I don't think they know. I think they'll have it ready the night before.
See, I think that's what they do, actually. Hey, I have a great idea. We should do a video. Okay, what up? Well, I don't know. We'll just advertise for it, and we'll have it there when it premieres.
Let's make sure it's original.
What the hell?
We're just being jackasses to him at this point. Like, we get an hour into the show, we're like, you know what, guys? F you. This is stupid. All right, what else?
Anyway, there will also be a Dragon Ball Z festival in commemoration of Dragon Ball Z Battle of Gods at the Toei Kyoto Studio Park. And there will be an interactive video corner, possibly with original video, where you can shoot a Kamehameha and partake in a Super Saiyan quiz. Gotta love the puns. Gotta love the puns.
If you can shoot a Kamehameha, I think they're just going to set up TBC for Connect over in the corner somewhere.
They totally should.
Might as well.
You guys didn't get this game, but you can totally do this. Yeah, there will also be an archive where you can view all of Goku's battles of ever, even against fish. This exhibit will be held in the event space on the first floor of the Patios Hall from March 16th, 2013 to September 8th. So you have a huge window to go get it. Admission is free with entry to the theme park, but you have to pay to get into the theme park. So if you have children, go, because it's cheap. They're only 1,100 yen.
I think Julian was saying this is the one that's a little further away from him, but he can tie it into going to do some paperwork or something up in that area. He'll be going.
And the last event, which isn't really an event, but it is the release of the full color comics and the Kanzenshuu, which, yes, are not events, but they are launches, and they are happy about these launches that are now events on your calendar, because you're going to go buy them all, and they are going to make lots of money, and then they will make a new movie in 50 years.
I'm going to set up a reminder in Outlook for the 4th and be like, oh, the event is happening. It's the release of the books.
I should put that on my work calendar and just see if anybody noticed.
Like, sorry, I'm unavailable. Books are coming out in Japan
I'm
today.
at an event.
I'm busy all day.
When this event happens, it will be our night time.
Yep. All right. So we're moving on to KFC, right?
Unfortunately, we are.
This is awesome. So starting February 7th, if you're in Japan, which you are, Julian, head on down to your local KFC and you're going to purchase a Smile Chicken set or a Smile Crispy set. They're only 500 yen each.
We want pictures.
You can choose one of 3. Parents, this is the title of it. Parents and children play together. Mightiest Battle Goods, round 1. There were 3 items you can choose from under this line. Battle Reversey, Battle Playing Cards, or Sugoroku Battle.
Woohoo!
We got pictures.
So you can battle your parents.
Yeah, these pictures, the KFC site just had them up, so you can check everything out. And VJump promoted this as well, although the KFC website has much more information and pictures of the 3 items and the boxes. And all. It's basically you're going to go buy a Happy Meal in Japan at KFC.
I like how their chicken looks nothing like our chicken.
Nope. All right, dude, wrap us up with the last story. Back to video games and back to something we knew about, but yeah.
Sort of. So Zenkai Battle Royale, the Japanese arcade-only multiplayer online brawling fighting game you can not buy it yet, continues to receive a wealth of updates every month, basically since it launched, which has been incredible, and we all want it, port it now. It most recently received a series of 4 weeks worth of bonus costumes, and we love bonus costumes. But prior to that, there was a tease of 2 new playable characters, Zarbon and Videl. In this month's March 2013 issue of VJump, Zarbon, well, there he is. You see him. He's there.
And here's all his stuff.
Yep. Lots of it. He does things and he can fight.
All right, we got to read this because their promotion, the way that they explain him, they say that you're going to get ready for a dance of blood and roses with Zarbon.
That is perfect.
That is kind of awesome. What's really interesting here is that he's the first character that has a transformation in the game. I mean, they added the Super Saiyan characters in the Super Saiyan Awakening update, but they were separate playable characters. Zarbon, you can transform into his monster form.
Which is totally not fair.
Well, I don't know. I mean, they seem to be really balancing this game in so many ways, so I have to imagine that they took that into consideration, and he'll play differently. Maybe maybe he's slower in his monster form, but if you go back to the series, everything about him got better when he transformed, right?
Oh, yeah. Everything got
Goodness
better.
speed. All right. So,
yeah. So Zarbon also has in his elegant
form, yes,
bloody dance move, which I totally need to see this in person.
Absolutely.
We need videos. But it allows you to rhythmically pummel your opponent without giving them an opening to counter. Well, in his monster form, he has a hunting claw where you can grab your opponent and throw them.
Awesome.
So, yay.
So that's Zarbon. So we got all the deals on him here. I guess we're just waiting on Videl. No, we got some details on her, I think, before. Zarbon, we didn't get everything. So this is the Zarbon everything.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, we are done with news. This is,
are you sure?
This is everything from last. I mean, I'm sure there's going to be stuff tomorrow, but
let me go check my sources real quick.
No, do not. No, we're done. We're done. I don't want to sit here anymore. I'm cold.
Oh, boo.
Actually, I got a little warmer as the time went on. I started yelling at Toei, so feeling a little good. My blood's boiling a little bit.
I am too. I'm a lot of beer though.
Well, that probably warmed you up too. All right, so that was 2 weeks worth of news. The podcast is going to be very interesting as we head toward March because we have all the regular content we want to do. I hung out with Jeff the other day and we're like, all right, it's time to do the GT review. So we're going to schedule that in for the next couple of weeks. But we also got all the news. Yeah.
The news is going to kill us.
I am dead. I am already dead. Much like Bruce Willis, I am already dead.
So on March 30th, we're all taking like a week off.
We probably should. No, we can't.
Or we rotate it like I'll take a week off, then you take a week off.
Or at least just a couple days. Like these 2 days, don't send me a text message. Don't call me. Don't email me. I don't want to hear from you.
It's on you.
And
then we just rotate.
We'll just rotate them around. I think we'll do that. Heath, we're done. This is episode 321. We'll see people in a week or so for 322.
Oh my gosh. That's like a load off my shoulders doing all that.
Oh, yeah, it feels good. Feels good.
It really does.
All right. Everything's going good. Kids good. Site stuff is good.
Kids great. I guess we can promote some site stuff real quick.
What you got?
If you want. So I was talking to Julian, and hopefully within the next day or two, we will be putting up a ton more translations from Tenkaichi Densetsu.
Cool.
So those will be awesome. People have plenty to read for a very long time, I promise you.
Yeah, we'll keep you busy.
Some are quite short. In the meantime, I have begun porting old things over from Kanzenshuu that really should have been done like basically a year from now before the site launched. But as of right now, I am up to Dragon Ball chapter 260, and we had only gone up to 194, which is the cutoff right before Raditz shows up. So, yay, 66 chapters in a week.
Wow, man.
If I can keep that pace up, I will be astounded.
That's just grunt work. That's just a matter of copy, paste, and reformatting. So, I mean, it sucks, but it's got to get done.
For the most part. The best part is all the images were already done, so I don't have to scan
that's nice.
squat.
Oh, that is nice.
Great.
That's nice.
And then I will be moving over to do the episode stuff, get that all updated. Then we're going to do movie stuff, hopefully before Battle of Gods comes out.
Battle of Gods is making us like, wait, this section isn't ported yet? Damn it.
And then we actually have brand new content, which I think all four of us feel guilty about working on it when we still have stuff to port over, but
we have content ADD.
But that's what happens.
Yeah,
so.
And we're all working on stuff, which is really cool.
I think I am officially working on a project for all four of us all at once.
Yeah, I think so. It ties in with everything. I don't know.
You have anything?
Yeah, I was doing some work over in the music guide to finish porting over another one of the pages. Just waiting on Julian to finish up a couple outstanding things. What page was it? I think the miscellaneous CDs page. That's totally done. It's got new information. Oh no, I don't know that I actually linked it yet because we're waiting on a little something. But it's one of those things where if I get 3 little things in, 3 more pages can go up, and they all have new information on them. So if it's not already linked by the time you hear this, that stuff is coming. I'm working on a new thing that actually Jake already did, but adding and formatting one of those awesome things.
Yeah, I guess we can throw it out. We might as well, because who listens to this podcast?
No one,
right?
No one.
Yeah, we have 2 huge, extensive, brand new guides coming at some point.
If they don't kill us.
And when I say they are huge, I mean, well, I won't go there, but they are huge.
How huge are they?
No. Okay. We really need to.
We're done.
But no. I'm honestly really excited about these new guides. I can't say that we've ever put so much thought and effort and research.
We don't think about anything. What are you saying?
It's just amazing. I can't believe we're doing this, and we'll do it. We'll get it out. And there's your hype for the week.
All right. You're Heath. I'm Mike. This was an episode of the podcast. We'll be back next week, hopefully, with an episode of the podcast. I'm tired. My butt hurts. I'm going to go upstairs.
Hey, you didn't have to work today.
I didn't. It was awesome. I played a lot of video games. I shopped online with gift cards from Christmas.
That is so hard to do.
It was awesome. Like, oh, I got new fancy clothes coming my way, and I made some good progress in the last story, and I played some theater rhythm, and I washed out some old beer bottles to put in my beer that I made myself, and it was a productive day.
See? There you go. You didn't do anything.
Nope. Not really.
Nope.
I'm going to stop talking. I'm done. www.kanzenshuu.com. Kanzenshuu is the only place you got to go. Don't go anywhere else. I can't vouch for anything else out there. It's all wrong. It's all bad. Don't go.
So many things I want to say right now.
So many things. Heath, thank you, sir.
Thanks for having me, Mike. It's been a real pleasure enjoying my cold basement with you.
All right. Peace out, dude, bro.
Peace out, brah. This'll be fun.
Blur to blur to blur. Okay, so this is 3/21 for the week of, that would have been January 20th. Okay. 3/21. 3/21.
3/21. Something like that. Hey, how cold is it in New Jersey right now?
We're doing the 20s this week. What do you got?
We're supposed to, well, today we were about, I think it was a high of 15 with a 20-degree wind chill.
Oh, Jesus.
So,
oh, my God.
Yeah. It sucked ass.
Wow.
That's why it's cold in my basement.
All right. I have no complaints.
But apparently we're supposed to be back up to 35 by Wednesday.
Oh, that's so cozy.
Like, I know. I have a friend that lives in California, and she sent me a picture of the thermometer that they have out in their backyard. And she's like, God, winter sucks. And it says 72.
Oh,
Like, I hate you.
God, that's perfect. That's so nice. I hate people. I hate everyone.
Yes. All right.
All right, you
Let's
good?
do this thing. I am recording. Are you recording?
I am recording.
We're not
I
pulling
see
this
it.
no recording thing.
I see the waveform.
Good.
All right. 3:21 for January 20th.